Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And just quiet the mind a little bit. Even though for me right now it's not that easy, because I'm really excited and really grateful for an email that I received yesterday. In the episode celebrating 1 million downloads, I mentioned the opportunity for you, the Gratitude Seekers, to share your gratitude for someone special publicly, with my help and with the help of the podcast platform. But what I received yesterday by email surpassed my every expectation. It was an email from a fellow gratitude seeker that has been listening to the podcast since 2017. Her name is Norda Mullen, and she's a musician that has been touring the world playing the flute for the past 16 years with the famous British rock band, the Moody Blues. If you haven't heard of them, you most certainly heard the song Nights in White Satin. What I think is very beautiful and interesting is the fact that she's playing the flute, which is my favorite instrument. But getting back to the email that she sent, she said, and I quote, "You have been instrumental in waking up the entire idea of gratitude within me. And again, I thank you so much for that. I'm sending this email because of the appreciation I feel for the work you're doing. Thank you for making the world a better place, and please continue being awesome." But another part of the email has to do with that section that I talked about in the beginning. She goes on to say, "I was pulled towards your gratitude podcast, like I said, a couple of years ago. And then, after hearing so many of your podcasts on gratitude, I realized that the first song on my first solo album, which I released in 2014, was a song written to and for my father, who was dying of Alzheimer's at the time. It's a song called This Beautiful World, and it's about my gratitude towards him for teaching me about how wonderful life is. I wrote and played everything that you hear in this song." Norda's first intention was to send it as a token of appreciation for me for the podcast, but after listening to it, I knew that I must share it with you, the Gratitude Seekers. It's a beautiful song, written and recorded by a fellow Gratitude Seeker, that can really help you connect with this wonderful feeling of gratitude. So for the first time on the Gratitude Podcast, with Norda's permission, of course, you'll be listening to This Beautiful World by Norda Mullen. It's the first song from her album, an album that, and I quote, "was dedicated to both my parents, who have both passed away, because as I have gotten older, I really appreciate them more and more every day, due to the seriousness and diligence with which they raised my siblings and myself. They took their job as being parents extremely seriously, and for that I felt gratitude for them in my heart every single day. And I have to say, after listening to you, that gratitude has grown and grown." You can find Norda's album on nordamullen.com. That's NORDAMULLEN.com, or just click the link in the description of this episode. And without further ado, here's This Beautiful World by Norda Mullen.
With all of your might, you've shown me the light, and you taught me what's right, and I thank you. First you were father, and then you were daddy, and now you're my dad, and I miss you. Where do we go from here? Where will you go life. All that is magic and bright. You can go home, you're not alone. I'll show you home. Maybe it's time end of the line. Come, let's go home. You're not alone. I'll show you home. I'm your girl. This beauty